acknowledge my 3 Irish colleagues from Ireland. These are the most excellent scientists I ever had the privilege to work with. And we're going to have a team to try to discuss what this CO2 claim by all these world experts, that it turns out to be not so. The most important lessons about science is clear, right? I mean, I have a quote here by Professor Richard Feynman. He's among the finest physicists America ever seen. And it's really to try to get to the essence that science is not about consensus. Have you all heard about that consensus business? 97%. I mean, the kind of stuff they're pulling is very, very bad, actually. All this 97, 99% consensus, it means nothing. It's all about actually asking a simple question like, do you think that climate will change? Of course. I'm one of those 97%. No? It's just pure nonsense. It's nothing about science. Science is about what are the facts, what are the evidence, and so on and so forth. There is a very famous statement by Professor Albert Einstein, I hope we all heard about him, right, to say that when he published his stuff on general relativity, there's this 100 Berlin academician who wrote a report against Einstein relativity. And the guy with the wisdom by the name of Einstein say, why would you even need 100? If I were to be wrong, 1 would suffice, right? In my humble opinion, after studying this topic for close to 30 years now, really, this quote is very meaningful. There's never been something about the scientific field that they really try very, very hard to make sure that you all don't get swayed away by people like myself, the deniers and so on and so forth, that you make sure that you don't hear us. So I thank Independent Institute for providing this forum. I hope I don't embarrass any one of you. They really try very hard. And then every time that you say, though, you want to, I want to ask a question. No question. You just believe us. Every time you say, can we have a little debate? I don't understand your facts. Can you explain to me? They just say, no. Al Gore says so. So we go to this next one. It's another one. One of the world experts is the EPA air chief.
Freedom, responsibility, openness of government, etc. Let me ask you, what percentage of the atmosphere is CO2?
What percentage of the atmosphere is CO2? I don't have that calculation for you, sir.
Maybe you could tell us what your personal guess is on what percentage of the CO2.
I don't make those guesses, sir.
You're the head of the EPA and you don't know? You have all of these laws based on, you're going to get your staffer to tell you now. But you're the head of the EPA and you did not know what percentage, and now you are basing policies that impact dramatically on the American people, and you didn't even know what the content of CO2 in the atmosphere was, which is the justification for the very policies you're talking about?
No,
well, thank you.
If you're asking me how much CO2 is in the atmosphere, not a percentage, but how much, we have just reached levels of 400 parts per million.
I think I was very clear what I was asking, and I was very clear you didn't know. Let me ask you if CO2, from what I have understand...
I think let's go, that's enough. It's to make a point. These folks want to regulate. They don't want to even study science, right? It's so hard. I mean, sorry, I wish I can be a jellyfish someday. Well, we have a problem in the West, right? It's been known that there's all this wild-ranging forest fire is damaging our homes and so on and so forth, right? Whatever the reason is, apparently the Professor Jim Hansen from NASA Goddard Institute for Space Study, by the way, you all know who he is, right? He's the father of global warming. He's the man who testified in the Senate in 1988, making a clear statement that he's 99% sure that he has already seen the global warming effect by the carbon dioxide. Okay? This is telling you the level of stuff he's doing. He's presenting this talk to show that the forest fire numbers burned in the areas has been increasing. Okay? And he showed data from 1960 to about 2017 or so. And this is based on a talk with children, okay, students at the symposium in Taiwan. And I have to say that, that seems very convincing, isn't it? If you are a big authority coming from America, former, NASA director. But I think that God is angry right here, right? Something is burning. But the problem is, he's pulling such a childish sort of thing. He put actually a link to the data set where he got it from. But he forgot that the whole data set is available from 1926 or so. Why would he do such a thing, you know? He basically, you all understand, right? He was showing you only that little part, but he forgot to show you from 1926 to 1960. Isn't that childish? Are we serious about science? And these are called scientists, right? And I'm not supposed to tell people about this? I don't even know why he bothered to do this, actually. So, Professor Hansen, hello. But what happened when you do bad science? This is part of the stuff that I have passion about. You know, when you mess around with science, you mess around with me, right? What happened? Well, you got award. I don't care how many awards he wins. It doesn't matter. Okay? It is that kind of problem, the reverse incentive science. You're not only not doing science, you have to do something anti-science to get an award, right?
Breakthrough Media.